Hola! Fixing to get ready to make this video. I'm not really good with this talking thing and anything like that, but I'm Vita Martinez. I am going to sit here and explain to you guys my whole experience in the DR. Look, chill, they're looking at me crazy. Oh, see this little bun in my hair. But anyway, so basically, everything started off with me doing research, trying to locate and find a doctor. I had narrowed it down to 2 other doctors. However, they weren't accepting patients at the time. Then I started seeing the work of Dr. Decina. I really, really, really liked his work. I liked the way he sculpted the females and the shape that he gave them. So I reached out to his coordinator slash girlfriend slash assistant slash whoever she's supposed to be, Tandra. In the very, very beginning, she was extremely sweet, extremely nice. She helped me through the whole process. She helped me find flight tickets. She helped me find she helped me with different resources. She helped me coordinate my whole plan, my whole surgery. She was very informative. We set up basically appointment times for her to call and for me to talk, just to be able to get some things off my chest and vent, because it was a big process. I was scared, just building up to the actual surgery. I had committed, made a deposit, and I was set to have surgery June the 23rd. However, that got postponed due to the borders not being allowed to be open until July the 1st. So my date changed to July the 6th. Rearranged that, reset everything up with my job, worked with Tandra to get FMLA paperwork completed. I sent my FMLA paperwork to Gloria Conyers, who happens to be her mother. Paid for that to get done. Oh, I got an inbox. Paid for that to get done. That cost $65. And then I received that paperwork back. It was wrong. The dates was wrong. The information was wrong. But that's neither here nor there. I submitted it back to her. Matter of fact, let me tell you what happened with that. My employer has their own FMLA paperwork, right? So I submitted my employer's FMLA paperwork to get completed, and I got back a whole different set of paperwork. And I was telling them, like, hey, what's this? This is not the paperwork I sent you. And she was like, well, it is. I said, no, it's not. And she was like, FMLA paperwork is FMLA paperwork. I was like, but I don't know if my employer is going to accept this or not, because this is not their forms. But anyway, neither here nor there. Just not to start no fuss or nothing like that. Just to, just keep everything simple. I just submitted it to my HR. It took them like 3 or 4 days to approve it, considering the fact that it was not signed by the actual doctor, but it was just basically a PDF document that you can write on, and they just typed his name in there. So, but anyway, my job accepted it. It was tentative, but they went on ahead and made it official. So I was locked in for those dates. I was locked in from supposed to fly out of Jacksonville July the 4th, or that's Saturday, July the 4th to July the 16th. Post 2 days before, 10 days after. Did all my planning, bought all my supplies, made payments to Tandra. Basically every other day, dropping money, sending it to where I made sure I was paid and had everything handled before I even went there. I paid for my real house. I don't know why I want to call it real house, but I keep calling it damn real house. But anyway, recovery house with Bella Luna. That was my choice of recovery houses. So bam, that's what that was. Anyway, finally got down to the date. Come to find out, something told me to call American Airlines, even though I had already checked and confirmed my ticket with them. I called them the day before. It was like July the 2nd, I think. Yeah, July the 2nd. Called them to verify. I don't know what happened, but the lady told me, well, your second leg of your flight is been canceled. I'm like, what you mean been canceled? She was like, well, not necessarily canceled. It's just not effective considering the fact that American Airlines is not flying internationally right now. They're only doing domestic flights, which means they just flying all over the United States or whatever. So anyway, boom. But you know, I had a connection flight. I was going from Jacksonville to Miami, from Miami to Santo Domingo. But my second leg of the flight was inactive, considering the fact that they were not flying until after July the 7th. That's the only time that they was going to start doing international calling. So Bim, it's like I should have started listening then to these signs, because mind you, I had called American Airlines that Tuesday, whatever that Tuesday was. I think it was, anyway, I don't have no calendar in front of me, but the 2nd was a Thursday. July the 2nd was a Thursday. And I had called that Tuesday to just verify, to make sure everything was right with my ticket. And she said, yes, everything's fine. The little American Airline lady told, oh, it's fine. You know, your ticket's good. You know, you could just check in early. Everything's good. Everything's up to date. So I thought I was good. I was in there. I was ready. You know, because this is a big thing. So anyway, July 2nd rolled around. Someone told me to call there. I called in. That's when they told me about the second leg not even being active because they're not flying internationally. Anyway, I should have took that as a warning. Like, hey, this might not be it. This might not be the thing for you to do. But anyway, you know, I'm eager. I'm ready. I wanted to go because I wanted the surgery. I've been doing so much research for so long. Then been through everything. You know what I'm saying? I was over 310, 15 pounds. My BMI, highest BMI was a 53. I was ready. I wanted this. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've been wanting this for the longest. I've always been large. I've always been big. I've always been that fat girl. I've always been, oh, you pretty to be a big girl. Like, what the fuck that means? Like, because I'm not supposed to be pretty because I'm a big girl. Are you surprised to see a big girl that's pretty or something? Like, I don't understand that. I wasn't getting it. I was tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Confidence was low. It just wasn't what it was. And I wasn't happy with myself at all. I would struggle with myself. I would, like, not look in the mirror when I was getting dressed or anything like that. It just got to be a struggle with me. I know I done paused the whole conversation and then went left, but anyway, I'm gonna tell you this little part first. My whole process started with me being sleeved. That's for people who don't know, being sleeved, that's having weight loss surgery. I had weight loss surgery. I was sleeved. Sleeve is where they cut a portion of your stomach off and they just make it really, really tiny. So basically, my stomach went from the size of a balloon to the size of a banana. And I got sleeved in April the 15th, 2019. And after that, I lost weight. Within a year, I was already at 140 to 150 pounds lost. I was pushing a size 26 to where I was able to drop down into a size 8. And somebody made it known to me that size 8 said super stretchy. But anyway, an 8 is an 8. And I took that. So, you know, from April 2019 to all the way around to basically May 2020, I had lost about 140, 150 pounds. I would sit anywhere between 160 to 165. I sat there for months. Now mind you, from 315. So, you know, I had lost a significant portion of weight. 315, 310, somewhere anyway. So, bam, I'm going to pause that. So, I got sleeved. Now, I'm going to jump back to July 2nd, 2020. Found out the flight got canceled for the second leg. I was devastated. I was doing any and everything I could. I finally found a flight with Spirit. And I dropped 600 and some change just to get that flight that was leaving for July 3rd, which means that I left out a day early and I arrived to Santo Domingo a day early. I was supposed to be there on the 4th now, and I arrived July the 3rd around 1 o'clock p.m. Everything was fine and dandy. I worked it out with Ida. I don't know if it's Ida. I've been calling her Ada, but it's Ida, who is the owner of Bella Luna. It's 2 Bella Lunas now. One of them is an actual house. That's the one I was at. And then there's another one that is an apartment. I don't know where it is, what it looked like, how big it is, or whatever. I just know it's an apartment. So I don't know if that's Bella Luna 2 or whatever it is. But I was at Bella Luna, the house. I was the first doll in the house for out of the July dolls that came. I was the first one there. I arrived a day early. Everything was fine. Once I arrived to Santo Domingo, I immediately went to the clinic. Got off the elevator. The elevator wasn't working for some reason, so we had to get off on the 2nd floor, 3rd floor anyway. We got off on the 5th floor because it went all the way up. So I came down from the 5th floor to the 4th floor. Once I came down the steps, immediately Tandra was standing by the steps. And I was like, hey, she see me. She hugged me. She was excited to see me. She was just beyond nice. She was so personable. She was so relatable. It was a vibe. It was a movement. I felt like it was going to be a movie. I was just too excited. I didn't know what to do because it was like I was finally here. You know what I'm saying? It was finally about to happen for me. You know what I mean? I just been so lost in the sauce so long. So anyway, and I wrote this long paragraph in the group that I don't have privileges to write in anymore because of some bullshit, but it's neither here nor there. Everybody entitled to feel how they feel. But anyway, so got there, went in with the doctor. I was only supposed to be getting an extended tummy tuck, BBL, get my arms worked, arm lipo, and inner thigh lipo. Those were the only 4 procedures that I was supposed to have. Tandra told me about an extended tummy tuck. That's it. So mind you, while I'm in there, the doctor finally reviewed me. I had to get derobe and let him examine me and do the assessment and stuff like that. And he told me that I lost a significant amount of weight, that I had to do a 360. I didn't know what no 360 was. You know what I'm saying? I heard other people talking about it. I'm just being honest. I heard other people talking about it, so I said, okay. I was down. I was just ready. Shit, if he would have told me, okay, you can go today, bitch, I would have been ready. I would have went. I'd have been like, okay, right now? Or right now? Which time? We going hit now or we going right now? Which one? So anyway, he said I need to do 360. He said I need to do a lot of this. He said I need 2 or 3 rounds because I would need an arm lift, I would need a thigh lift because I lost a significant amount of weight. Now mind you, like I said, 310, 315, I'm 5'3". I have a smaller build with my stature, and I was really, really, really saggy with my skin because of all the weight that I lost. My belly, it was gruesome, but I was still proud of myself. I thought I looked good because I had lost so much weight. Like I told you, I was pushing a 26, and I was able to squeeze into a super stretchy 8. But anyway, so in there, he did the assessment. He told me what I needed. I agreed to it immediately. Some lady came busting in there with this machine, so she took me in his little back office, and she ran these what is it called? This little ultrasound thing. She did an ultrasound on my little legs and stuff. She told me everything was fine, but I need to drink more water. I know I need to drink more water, but that's a whole nother story in itself too, because anybody who's a VSG, who weight loss surgery had that or whatever, they got complications with eating and drinking. I can't eat and drink at the same time. That's not going to be a possibility for me no time soon, probably ever, considering the fact that I got that type of surgery. So once I eat, I'm not allowed to drink. So if I do eat And if I drink on top of eating, I'm liable to drown and choke myself because the food gets stuck here and it takes it an extremely long time for it to process and go down. So that's why I can't drink. So a lot of the times I don't do a lot of drinking because I want to eat, or either I don't eat because I want to get in some drink, get not drink like alcohol, but drink like anything, juice, cranberry juice, orange juice, whatever, just drink. And I can't do both at the same time. So I end up pushing one off for the other. Any given day of the week or however it works. But anyway, so she told me I need to drink more water. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Veins are small. Okay. So I did that with the ultrasound lady. Next thing you know, some other lady came running in. I believe she was the cardiologist. She pulled out this big old machine or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. She was a nice lady. She was talking Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so everybody talk. I'm just looking around, looking lost, looking like, Boo Boo the Fool, because she talking. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm like I'm watching tennis. But anyway, she started sticking these little things on me, this machine, boom, boom, ran a little test or whatever, and then took paperwork to Tondra, and that was it. She said, okay, you fine, you pass. And I guess and then she did examine my heart, so I guess that was the EKG or whatever it was. So anyway, did that, passed that. Came out of the back office. Now, mind you, his room was small. When I came out of the back office, there was another young lady in there. And I met with a pulmonologist. He sat right there in the office where I had to do this breathing test, that breathing assessment. I had to blow into this little sucker thing or whatever. So I did that. That was fine. After I did that, I was given a piece of paper to go down to the second floor to go do labs. Went down there, did labs. The lady, what is it called? The phlebotomist or whatever, the lady that stick you, the blood lady or whatever, she was the worst. Now, mind you, the whole building speaks Spanish and I don't speak a lick. So I'm down there. That's where it started. When I went down there with her for her to draw my labs, the gloves she was having on, I didn't know what they were, but I was trying to explain to her that I was allergic to latex. She didn't speak English. I didn't speak Spanish. So I'm trying to say no to the gloves, like not necessarily no to the gloves, but asking her what type of gloves were they, because I didn't want her to touch me if they were latex gloves. I couldn't tell her that, and she couldn't understand. So that was an issue right there. Felt like she was getting frustrated with me, but it wasn't the fact that I was trying to be rude or disrespectful or anything out of the way. It's just that I didn't know. I mean, it just was what it was. We just couldn't understand one another. I wasn't thinking to do the translator on the phone and all the other shit because I'm too excited. It's too much moving. That's one thing I do know about, and I ain't trying to be rude when I say this, so let me put out this disclaimer about people. Natives in Santo Domingo, they move very fast. It's a lot of hustle and bustle. It's a lot of fast. It's like fast, moving. Like, that's just what goes on there. It's just move, hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, no breaks, no nothing. It's not like, it's just, let's go. So she was upset with me. I don't know what was going on. So anyway, she ended up finally drawing I'm a hard stick, which means that it takes forever to like find a vein and get everything done. So it took her a long time to actually find a vein, but when she finally did, she did it or whatever, and she just sent me on. So that was okay, did that, left there with her, went back upstairs sat in the office with Tondra and the other young lady. Like I said, Tondra wanted to feed us. She ordered some food. However, the place had to cancel because they ran out of whatever she ordered. So anyway, Tondra and I went across the street for Monumental. It's a little store right across the street. We went over there, got a little snack or two from over there. Tondra left her phone. Now she left her phone in the office. And then when we came back, she was like, look at this. She showed me and another young lady, like, she came back to over 600 messages. I don't know if they was on just WhatsApp or if they were in her inbox or whatever. But she just showed me, like, how many it was. And I was like, God damn, we weren't even going number 15, 20 minutes and all this happened before. So, but I didn't see her phone before I left to know if it was those messages were just sitting there or not. But anyway, it don't matter. The girl had a lot of motherfucking messages just for her to be one person booking, coordinating, talking, responding, or whatever. She just had a lot going on. And I was like, all right, so whatever. Sat in there. We built the report. I thought everything was fine and dandy. Another young lady, surgery was set for Sunday. However, she got moved up to Saturday. Two ladies got moved up to, well, actually not even two ladies. One lady got moved up to Saturday, and another lady that I was sharing the office with had already been there in Santo Domingo for a whole nother reason that was something completely else or whatever. So anyway, they brought her on board, and she ended up getting surgery on Saturday too, but she went second. I was told that since I came a day early, I can get surgery on Sunday. I was game. I was down for it because I was like, okay, it fits in my schedule. However, the 5th, which was that Sunday, ended up being a holiday there. It was, I guess, the election. I forgot what it was, but I wrote it in the group. It was it's a holiday there where they vote for the president or something like that. Independent, I don't know, something like that. So my surgery just stayed to the date of July the 6th. I was the first person for July the 6th. So, mind you, stayed the weekend, did everything I needed to do. Everything was fine and dandy. I was just there. And I was waiting for my surgery sister to come, Mia. Mia finally showed up. I felt like it forever. I felt like I didn't know what to do. It just felt like forever for her to get there. But when she got there, we just immediately clicked. I love her to death. That's just like my boo. It's like y'all don't understand like the bond that we built. It's like, for me, I hope she feels the same way, and I honestly can say that I feel like she does, because we built a bond, like, for real. All of the girls that was there, we, you know what I'm saying, we built the bond because we shared that experience, and can't nobody, like, take that from us. But with Mia, that's my boo. We shared, we were roommates, and it's like, we talked about a lot of different things. But anyway, so Mia arrived Sunday, excited. We hung out, we clicked. Mind you, we were talking prior to her even coming down, so we had linked up maybe 2 or 3 weeks before her even coming down, which was great because we was already able to build a relationship over the phone, through video, talking from the group or whatever, and that was amazing. So surgery day rolls around Monday. That I had to arrive to the hospital at 8 o'clock in the morning. I arrived to the hospital at 8 o'clock. Did everything I needed to do, did my check-in, and it's crazy because now, mind you, now, the hospital is not like a hospital like we got over here in the States. The clinic is the hospital, and the emergency room downstairs at Monumental only got 2 beds. And it's like not even beds that's like in the back behind like a secure door. It's like walk-in desk, 2 beds, 2 gurneys with a little curtain. And it's like they don't even check you in. I just walked in, and it wasn't like even a process to where, like, you know, what we used to, like, you know, you sign in. Then once you sign in, you know, they call your name. Then you go to the back, meet your, if you're getting a surgery. I mean, I've had other surgeries before where you meet your nurse, you get your little section, you take off your clothes, you do all that. They get your register, they talk to you, whatever. They give you medication, they go over stuff with you. It wasn't none of that. It was, I came in, sat there at the damn chair. The lady was trying to take my information. Mind you, she spoke Spanish, and we weren't getting anywhere. But anyway, she said, okay, what doctor's yours? I told her Decina. She said, okay, what time are you supposed to be here? I said 8 o'clock. So she looked through my paperwork, and she was like, well, do you want to list anybody for emergency purposes? I listed 3 people. I listed my mom, my sister, and my girlfriend. And then that's when I started taking pictures of the paperwork, because it just made me nervous, just how everything was just going. And it was just so, it wasn't what I was used to. So anyway, filled out the paperwork or whatever. She said, okay, all I do is just wait. I wait there. So they sent me over to one of the other gurneys. I was sitting in the first bed area. That's when a lady and a man came over there, I guess nurses or whatnot, and they tried to run my blood pressure. They just did all that little tech work type of shit or whatever and tried to stick me. Now, mind you, they came over with gloves too. I'm trying to let them know, hey, I'm allergic to latex. What's this? You know, they speak Spanish. They don't speak English. It was just a big to-do. So I'm saying no. Like, hey, trying to get them to understand. So anyway, they finally got it worked out. I guess they changed their gloves. I don't even know if they changed to non-latex or whatever. They just changed and came back, and then that was that. So got situated, got admitted into the hospital, went upstairs to my room because I had a room, was in there, situated myself there. While I was in there, like maybe 30, 45 minutes later, actually I met Doc downstairs when I was getting ready to go up to my room. I have a video of that. You know, he was really, really, really nice. But anyway, so I went up to my room. Hours, 35 minutes to an hour later, Doc came in there. That's when he came in there with the marker. He was drawing on me, doing everything, getting me ready and all this other stuff. So I had to go back in the, he left out the room or whatever. He went upstairs, from my understanding, and I waited for the transportation to come pick me up from the room to take me upstairs for the surgery. So I get upstairs with the surgery. You go to this little area where it's 3 beds, and it was so unsanitary. It was like people was walking around moving. It was just too much going on. I just didn't understand it. It was not what I was used to at all. Dirty clothes on the floor here, bandages over here just on the floor. Like, you know, it just wasn't what I was used to. So anyway, while I was sitting there, I ended up, one of the doctors came over to me. I believe he was the anesthesiologist's assistant. So he started asking me a bunch of questions. So I'm going over a Q&A with him, getting everything right. So, bim, Dr. Davey, I guess Dr. Davey is Dr. DeSena's assistant. He came over. He talked to me. I explained stuff to him. He don't speak a lot of English, but he spoke a little bit. So, I was able to say 1 or 2 words, and, you know, we was able to go from there. Bim, da-da-da. Now it's time for the surgery. I get called to the back, so I walk to the back, and it's crazy. I walked into the operating room. Like, I ain't never walked into an operating room before. It's like I've always been, you know, on the little gurney thing, because I got my boobies done, so I got a breast reduction. So I've always been on the little gurney little thing, and they wheel you to the back. But anyway, I walk my little happy ass to the back because they say you walk. So I get in there. Doc is in there. Davy's in there. The anesthesiologist is in there, and 2 other people were in there. They told me to sit on the table, so I sat on the table, and when I looked over, I seen the box of gloves, and it said latex, and I called Doc over, and I said, Doc, I'm allergic to latex. He was like, what, you didn't tell me? I said, Doc, I did tell you. I told you this during our assessment or our interview when I was in your office when we were going over the paperwork, when you were telling me about my hemo, about what type of blood, what blood type I am and all this other stuff. Like, I told you what I was allergic to. He was like, well, anyway, neither here nor there. But anyway, I brought my own gloves. So he asked another nurse in there, like, he started speaking Spanish, and they were saying something. It didn't look like it sounded too good or whatever, because he was like, they didn't have, the whole fucking hospital, they didn't have no non-latex gloves, period. I ain't never heard of it. Now check it out. That was sign number 2 that I wasn't listening to it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't listening to it at all. So anyway, I told Doc I got my own gloves. So bitch, I got off the operating room table, walked back around to the front where the wheelchairs were around the corner, got wheeled back down to my room to go get my own personal motherfucking gloves to do my surgery, then took them back upstairs. And then when I handed them to the doctor and they was passing them out or whatever, that's all I remember. During surgery, I do remember waking up twice. I was on my stomach. I know that because I went up. I flared up like this. Like, I'm just moving the camera. Well, I flared up like that. And I remember that, but I didn't know what else was going on, and that was it. And the very next time I woke up, it was to my doctor pulling me out of, Dr. DeSena pulling me out of the bed by my arms. You know how you pick up somebody like by their arms and then lift them up? So that's what was going on. Like, I was being picked up by my arms and being made to like stand up from out of the bed, and I couldn't do it because I couldn't feel my feet, so everything was just dragging, like my feet was just dragging on the floor like I didn't know, and I was like yelling to be put down, and he put me down, and he made me basically get up. I was asleep still, and I made me get up from laying down to get into the praying position, to go from the bed to sitting on to the floor with my knees and stuff on the floor, being bent over and to be in the praying position, I guess to get off of my ass or whatever. But that's just, hold on, somebody just texted me. Y'all give me a second. Y'all give me a second. Hold on. All right. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, I had to wait. Damn, I thought okay, I'm back now. So anyway, to get into the praying position. So I was in the praying position. It was a lot going on. I woke up. I was still delusional. I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. It's just like I felt like I woke up and I was in a dream because I was in an unfamiliar place. I didn't, remember being back in the room, and then also the way I was woken up by my doctor picking me up and trying to make me stand up, and I couldn't feel my legs was just traumatic in itself too. So I'm gonna stop the video right here because I'm already 30 minutes in, and then I'll be able to explain everything else to you. So this is just part 1 or probably part 30 because I'm very long-winded, and I'm gonna just tell it like it is. So I'm gonna stop it right here.